Nays House exists to fill the gaps that we currently have within support available for young people with mental health and suicide prevention.
Get radio breakfast with Rich Smith.
Of course, Small Charities Week continues, shining a light on the amazing small charities that work here in Oxfordshire doing incredible work. Really pleased to be joined by Millie Smith now, who is a suicide prevention coordinator at Nays Health, which is a mental health support charity for young people in Oxfordshire. Millie, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks so much for joining us here. Well, first and foremost, actually, the story of this charity is quite an amazing one. So just tell us all about the charity and the reason for it existing.
Yeah, so Nays House exists to fill the gaps that we currently have within support available for young people with mental health and suicide prevention. Our founder, Jem, started Nays House after the tragic loss of her daughter, Danae. She lost her life to suicide because of that lack of support or the right support from statutory services. And Jem looked at what was going on and was like, this is not right, this is not what we need. So our whole model is based off of non-clinical, holistic support from people with lived experience because of that.
And what's so fascinating and why I love this week and speaking to various different people and just like yourself, Millie, as well, it is there's not a one size fits all. I mean, charities do wonderful things, but like you said, Jem and her experience is the reason for this charity existing, for that kind of specialist arm that a tragic circumstance happened. And then from that, it's actually going, okay, well I'm using my tragic experience that I've kind of had to forward sell and help other people. That's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really it gets me quite emotional, and it gets quite a lot of people quite emotional, that idea of community coming together to meet community need. I think that's what's so beautiful about charities, and obviously, especially in our area, there's some really, really amazing charities with wonderful stories. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and we are hearing about them all of this week as well. So, I mean, it's a fantastic and wonderful thing. And just kind of explain the kind of the day to day and what happens with what goes on at the charity for sort of people wanting to kind of get into the nitty gritty about what kind of happens and what services that you do offer and are available.
Yeah, so we provide mental health support and suicide prevention for 5 to 30-year-olds, but also anybody of any age in the suicide crisis. We are very flexible, and we call the people who come to us guests, so we're very guest-led. So our main supporter one-to-one role is changing all the time based on someone appearing in front of us and asking for what they need. We try to meet that need. So that support is free. There's no time limit. It's not 12 sessions and then you're out. It can be weekly, monthly, whatever works for that person. We have traditional counselling, but we also run quite a lot of support groups, educational workshops, really looking to upskill and empower young people to feel in control of their mental health. We run suicide prevention training, gold standard suicide prevention training from Living Works. We also have quite a lot of holistic treatments, which are quite good. We have Reiki, massage, reflexology. There is no day to day. Every single day looks completely different. But it is just, if you walk into Nays House, it does feel like you're walking into a home, and you're very welcome. And the whole team are a big family there to embrace you and help you.
That's amazing stuff. And I always kind of use the pandemic as kind of like a benchmark, and it really shouldn't be. But that's, I think, where Joe Blogs, let's say, kind of looked at more, into the kind of mental health and well-being of everything. And I'm well aware that was only a few years ago. And I'm well aware that it's been going on for a long, long, long time. But Did you see kind of a shift and a turn from then to kind of now that it is front and center, and we can chat to people like you on the radio and kind of go, hey, this is happening. There is a wonderful charity for this.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been a change in the tide of talking about mental health and well-being. I think there's also been a change and improvement in talking about suicide, but I think there is a long way to go. I think we do still find that stigma about talking about suicide is still there. And it is, uncomfortable. And that's why, we're so pleased we've been able to get on the radio and say, the word suicide and talk about why prevention, intervention, and postvention are all equally as important as each other.
Yeah, it really is, and you just hit the nail on the head a little bit there as to why we do this week. I love finding out about different charities, and well, I've added another one to my list, which is fantastic. But also, it is breaking down, like you say, that stigma and kind of going, actually, it's fine to say suicide. It's fine to say I have mental health issues. It's fine to say that this is happening to me. Mainly because there's people like yourself and Nay's charity that are there as that backstop to go, you're not alone. You are, you're available to come and see us. We're available there to help. And charities like yourself, if you're not there, that's when problems arise.
Yeah, and I think, having this opportunity and people hearing us on the radio, it's a chance for people to open that conversation. It's a invitation. People can say, "Oh, I heard this interesting charity on the radio today. They were talking about suicide," and all of a sudden, everyone else in the room knows we can talk about suicide. If I'm struggling, I can start that conversation with you. So every conversation about suicide is powerful and meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely is. I'm so pleased to sort of catch up with this morning, Millie, and to talk about this. And I'm sure it has sparked exactly that thing that you were talking about of going, oh, actually, this is something I want to find out and learn more about. Where can people do that? That you've got a wonderful website and social media presumably is the place to go.
Yes, we are all over social media. Nay's House is Nais House. You can also find us on TikTok, where we do actually share quite a lot of videos with regulation skills, coping skills. But you'll also find a bit more about a couple of events we've got coming up on there. So the team and some wonderful community members are joining together on the 19th of July to do the Yorkshire Three Peak Challenge.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So if you are interested in donating to us, there is a Just Giving page. I will be going and struggling, and you'll see plenty of photos and videos of me trying to do that. But also coming up is our annual Be Nice Festival on the Saturday, the 5th of July, 1 till 10 in Pingle Field in Bicester. We do it every single year, but this year's much bigger. Performances, live music, food and drink, and lots of holistic activities going on. It's kind of our chance to give back to the community and have a really nice community feel and get together.
Oh, that sounds absolutely amazing, and yet again another kind of interesting way of kind of having amazing things about raising money and doing the Three Peaks Challenge. As soon as you sort of said that, I was kind of going, you're kind of wanting the weather more like today, aren't you, than kind of the weekend? Trying to work out.
A bit of a scary time to do it. Yeah.
It could be like blisteringly hot, or it could be rain. Well, look, I wish you the best of luck with it, and hope you raise loads of money and funds. It's an amazing thing, and what an achievement it would be to do after that. And yeah, hopefully the weather is just right for you. It is the best thing to say. Millie, thanks so much for joining us this morning. It's been really fascinating finding out a little bit more about Nay's charity, and I'm sure people will it'll be on people's radar a little bit more from that. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
It's Millie Smith, a suicide prevention coordinator at Nay's Health, a mental health charity supporting young people in Oxfordshire and doing amazing work and discovering more incredible and wonderful charities. That's why we do this week.